I'm not married, never have been. I'm not an animal activist or any kind of activist. I don't do athletics. Like I hang out with my kid. Like I'm a mom.
Marlo from San Francisco asks, how do you view the role of mom in your life?
That's a big one. I mean, I definitely wouldn't say it's like my only identity. Obviously, I was a person before her and I continue to have like interests outside of being a mom. For a really long time, I felt like it was like the only thing that I knew that I was really good at. And so I kind of like rooted my identity in that. That is like really weird. Like of all of the people I know who are moms, I feel like I'm one of the people who spends the most time like going out or doing things for me or traveling on my own. Like so many people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you went to another country by yourself and your kid was only 2. And I'm like, that's so normal to me. But also like if someone asked me about myself, one of the first things I would say is that I'm a mom, and it shapes like almost everything I do. But I'm not like one of those people who lives only to be a mom either. I'm not married, never have been. I'm not an animal activist or any kind of activist. I don't do athletics. Like I hang out with my kid. Like I'm a mom. So what about you? How are you feeling like as you are literally in the transition from not having a kid to being a mom? Like you're right in the middle. How does that feel for you?
We've been together for so long. My husband and I have been together for 11 years. So I've been ready to take this step with him. And we were trying for a lot longer than I expected. So I think it's all a lot of excitement for me right now. It's starting to feel more and more real as I go throughout this. I'm really lucky that I have some friends who are also pregnant at the same time, so we can kind of talk about how weird it is at times to think about the fact that we're going to have a baby like soon. I'm still processing, I think. I think it's all excitement, but it's also nerves, and it's also just, it's not fully real yet until I think he's here. I feel sure enough of myself that I feel like it's not gonna necessarily be my whole identity. Right. But yeah, I'm excited for this next stage. Angela from Birmingham asks, how do you respond when someone judges your decisions as a mom?
I don't. Just to be honest. I mean, I'm sure strangers have had plenty to say, but I've also had really good friends. Either I've overheard things that they've said to other people. I've had really good friendships end because of some of the things, that they've said or kind of how they've treated me and stuff. And that really sucks, I think, at the time, but you kind of just have to move on and be like, you know what, if you're not here for me and supporting me, then this isn't really like a good relationship that I need in my life. So ultimately, I feel secure in the decisions that I'm making. I've got a really strong support group, so if somebody wants to like bring negativity into that, that's kind of really on them, and I don't feel the need to engage with it.
Gabriella from Austin asks, how did your friendships shift after having a baby?
I think the ones that were always gonna be strong got stronger. I've got some people that, you describe them as like your ride or die. And even though they didn't totally understand what I was going through, they were just very excited for me and really supportive and just like really awesome people. Then there's people who maybe like aren't comfortable with it, or they're maybe not at that place in their lives, or maybe they think they know better or whatever. And I just have become of the belief that maybe not everybody is meant to be in our lives forever, and that's like totally okay. I would say my friend group now is a little bit smaller, but the people who are still in my life, whether I see them a lot or whether I see them once a year, they're in my life for a reason. And so that's like really important to me to know like who is really there. And I mean, I think that's something that you learn just as you get older in general, but I think having a kid and being a very involved, active parent is gonna affect that even more.